The Krakoan era defined the X-Men for years, but what exactly is Krakoa? Today I'm going to be taking you through the origins of this island, as well as why the X-Men are living there, and why it is so important. Krakoa itself actually started out as a far larger island known as Akara, but centuries ago it was attacked by a horde of demons, and then the mutant Apocalypse used a Twilight Sword, which is a sword of immense power, to essentially cut the island in half. The two halves were renamed Arakko and Krakoa. Arakko ended up going to the Demons dimension, whereas Krakoa stayed in the Marvel Comics dimension. Despite the splitting of the island, Krakoa kept the same powers of Akara. Those powers include being a sentient hive mind, meaning that every life form that is grown on Krakoa all is within the same mind and acts as one. On top of that, Krakoa is mildly psychic in the sense that it can download the Krakoan language into every mutant that steps onto the island, and also it can block all psychic communication trying to break through its barriers. When the mutants made Krakoa their home, it could also block anyone who was not a mutant from entering the island. And actually, even before the mutants moved on there, Krakoa was also still protecting its borders, as Nick Fury and the Howling Commandos found out when they landed on Krakoa in World War II. Fury and the Howling Commandos landed on Krakoa to essentially investigate after they saw a bomb drop on it, but Krakoa fought back. And in fact, the only reason why Fury and the Howling Commandos got off the island ever again is because Fury made a deal with Krakoa to never speak of its existence to anybody else alive. Things were quiet for a few years, and then Krakoa grew hungry, and specifically hungry for the unique life energy mutants give off. Krakoa managed to lure two separate mutant teams onto the island and successfully managed to kill two of those members. It took the combined powers of Professor X, Cyclops, Havoc, Storm and Polaris for the teams to escape again. Decades later, Professor X, with the help of Cypher and Warlock, negotiated with Krakoa to become the sovereign state of the mutants. Together they helped to expand Krakoa's consciousness and also cultivate specific flora and fauna for various purposes. Most famously, they cultivated plants to create Krakoan gates, which allowed mutants to teleport from Krakoa to anywhere in the universe where a corresponding flower was planted. Others were also created to create self-sufficient habitats, which could then be used as embassies around the world for Krakoa, and yet more were used to create antibiotics and other medical cures, which were then sold to any nation which would recognise Krakoa as a mutant sovereign state. All of this led to the Krakoan era of the X-Men, which features the X-Men on Krakoa trying to become this sovereign state, trying to get recognition for that, while also still being the X-Men teams we know and love. This era revolutionised the X-Men and really reinvigorated them. What I will say though is that there were many spin-offs which can make it very complicated to read. So what I have done is link down below my essentials reading guide so you can just read the essential parts of it so you get the main storyline, and you can also see which other spin-offs and tie-ins that you can read if you want to. And I think that's all I can really say about Krakoa without giving away spoilers. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please do give me a thumbs up. Comment down below, tell me if there's any other specific team from the Marvel Universe or location that you'd like to see me do a video like this for. And don't forget to subscribe to see more of my videos where I'm going to be talking more about Marvel Comics as well as the MCU. But until next time everyone, bye!